This is Marcia. Welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. Thank you for joining me today. So are you ready to learn another technique for a journaling card? Well, you're in the right place. Today we're going to use the waterfall technique and we're going to alter a recipe card and we're going to use it in our journals or happy mail and scrapbooking, whatever you want to do with it. Give it as a card, put it in a gift bag. The possibilities are endless. I always like to say, think outside the box. You don't have to just get a card and make a regular card. I have a new technique and a new style of making cards that actually come with journals in them and pockets for tags and little writing places, and then a sentiment on the front for whatever the occasion is, and then a little tag with a little note inside of that. And I've given those as anniversary gifts to my friends and they absolutely love it. So, I mean, it just takes the regular feeling of, oh, here's a card that you just open up, it's two pieces, you know, yeah, maybe it's got some pretty flowers or something like that on the front of it, but let's face it, it's going to go into a drawer or it's going to eventually go into the trash. So why not make something that they'll keep, that they'll actually use and appreciate and cherish and see from right off the bat that you have put a lot of effort and time into it. So that's what these cards are all about. So I've already made 4 styles with you. This was our applique, all fabric applique, hand stitched and some machine stitched. And this was our collage technique with the torn paper. This was our envelope technique with artwork digital printout. This was a layering snippet roll technique. So again, put the little tab on here so it's easy to get out of the pocket, just for me, but then also for wherever I'm going to put it. And this one is definitely a keeper because it's all the colors that I love, the orange and the green and the butterflies. It was just absolutely perfect. And then I date the bottoms of these, so always make sure you date them and sign them. If I'm going to give them away, then I will sign them as well so that they'll always remember who gave it to them. And so today we're on journal card number 5, altered recipe card. So here we go. So what I did, the 2 paper packs that we're going to be using today, again, is this floral smooth card stock. That was, I think it was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It was a freebie from scrapbook.com, but you can purchase it from them as well. And then also a paper pad from scrapbook.com. It's Cartabella brand 6x6 paper pad, and it's Flower Market right there in big bold letters in front of me. So this was the paper pad, and as you can see, I've used quite a bit of this out of here already. So, but I wanted to show you where the paper came from so that you want to get the same ones if you like it, but you could just use up what's already in your stash. Okay, so then what we're going to do with this is you can glue this down with whatever type of adhesive you want. Double-sided tape, a glue stick, tacky glue, or you can sew it on the machine, which I like to sew it on the machine. And then we're going to do the waterfall technique. So this was a beautiful page, and this was actually the whole paper right here. So this was the 6x6 paper. I cut it down to leave this on the bottom corner. I liked that. I could have done it where this was on the top, but I didn't want to lose this big flower here. But now this piece here, when you turn it over, this was the other side, and I'm actually going to be able to use that as a border to cover up right here. So now all we need to do is you want to pick usually 3 to 4, depending on the size of your page. And so I'm thinking I'm going to try to get 3 on here. So just to show you what I'm going to do first, I'll stitch this up in a minute, but I wanted to show you. So you're going to need a scoreboard. And then these were, like I said, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is a 4x6 recipe card size. And now all we need to do is score the top of this first one. And it doesn't matter what, you know, how I wanted the colors to go. So I could do it this way. So I'm just, you know, doesn't matter which one, whichever one you want to go first. And I think I like it like that. Okay, so I'm going to do a 1/4 inch. Okay, now just fold that toward me. Score that. And now that gives you a 1/4 inch that you can actually glue into place. And you turn that side down. And then now when you look at it here on the card, you can see it exactly fits the size of this card. But as you can also see that it's actually smaller than the card. So I can either slide it over here, and then this will be, but I thought I would center it. And I didn't want to cut down the recipe card again. I mean, I could, but just for whatever reason, I felt like, no, it didn't need to be. I don't need to do that. All right, so that's the first layer. Then the whole idea is, okay, so now here's all this area here you can be writing on. Then this would flip up. That would be glued into place. Now you have all this to write on. You still have all this to write on. Now you take your second piece, and you're going to do the same thing, is you're going to just put it right here, and then you're going to score. So now you can see, looking at this, how much down here. So I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch and see if that is sufficient. It looked like 3/4 would be too much. 3/4. Just fold it over and score it. Use this right here, so I have that. Okay, so then that one would go here, and then this one would come here, and it's going to glue right up underneath of this other one where I left off there. And as you can see, it comes right to the edge of this card perfectly. And so then when this one flips up, now you still have both sides of those to write on. And then now you come here with this one, and you're going to do the same exact thing. So now this one looks like, I'm going to get my ruler for this one. Okay, so we have, actually it's a little over 1 inch that I need to score it. So that's when you need to get the ruler out and actually start taking some measurements. Okay, so here's the inch, so it's just the line right next past the inch. So between the 1 1/4 and 1 inch, that's the line you want to score if you're doing a 4x6 piece like I am. Okay, put everybody back in their little place. This one goes here, and then this one goes here. Now this one comes here, and as you can see, perfectly gives me actually a little bit of wiggle room, but I mean absolutely perfect. So now you have this beautiful waterfall, and you don't know that it's the waterfall until you actually open it, and then you will see. But what we're going to do here is what I thought, which I might, I was thinking I would put a border on this just to decorate this piece up. So I don't know if I'll do the flowers. I think I'll do the flowers. I don't think I don't want the little cart. I like the flowers. Okay, so I'll trim it off here at that, and then I'll just use glue and glue that on. And then each one of these layers will be glued into place. And then this one, I'm actually going to go over to the machine and stitch it so that this one is, just give that, I love the sewing element of everything. So, all right, so then these three will glue in, and I'm thinking I might use either the double-sided tape or the glue stick. I might use a combination of both, or the glue stick and tacky glue. I'll have to see. All right, Be right back. All right, so here's the beautiful stitched card. Isn't that gorgeous? Just love it when you can machine stitch it. It just adds that beautiful element to it. All right, so the first layer I'm going to use the tacky glue because I don't want it to come off. So I'm just gonna, be just enough because this stuff really grabs well. Trying not to squeeze it too hard so that I don't get too much. Don't want a mess. Okay, so I'm going to turn it this way so I can really see what I'm doing. And again, because this is not exact size, I need to look at each end and see, okay, how much do I have on each end? And bring it down here just a little bit more. There we go. All right, let's get the ruler out. Just a little bit. Let me see if I can scoot it. Stuff grabs really fast. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Okay, now I'm going to open it up. I just want to smooth out this right here. I don't want any wrinkles. Close it back up. Looks very good. Beautiful already. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, the apple cart. Don't do that. All right, I think we're good now. Okay, so this has to be opened. That's why I used the tacky glue to begin with, because I knew. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, and now I'm going to line it up at this end and line it up over here. Putting my fingers underneath, holding it in place, and then I'll go across with my fingers, but it's still moving around. Let me look down over here. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to hold it a tiny bit, wiggle it around just a little bit. Let that set up, and then we will put the next one on. Let it just sit there in that position until I'm sure it's really dry. So then we'll come in here and we'll do this one. This one. So each layer requires a little more. So the first we scored at 1/4 inch. The second we scored at 1/2 inch. This one we scored at 1 inch and a little bit over. I am not good at that measurement. I need to ask my husband. And I keep forgetting to ask him, so. But if you know what it's called, then good for you, and you know what I'm talking about, but you saw me measure it, so. All right, so now I'm able to use the other one, and I could feel the stop of it hitting that. And then, of course, the glue is still wet where it can wiggle, but I'm holding it in place with my fingers because you don't want that to move. It needs to be all lined up so that they, when they're closed, hopefully they will all be in line. So I'm just going to hold it here for a few seconds and let that glue really start to hold and dry. Okay, I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Okay, wiping off the end. It looks pretty good. Okay, again, I'm just going to fold this down a little smidgen so I can make sure that it's right where it needs to be. Okay, that looks good. Fold this one down. Fold this one down. And there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? So now, instead of it just being one card that you would write on the back, now I've given how many different pages now? Excuse me. So we have front and back here, so that's 2. Front and back here, so that's 4. And front and back here, now that's 6. And now you have this little spot here at the bottom, and then you have a back here. So you really have like 7 1/4. I'd call this like a 1/4 inch space. Not quite half, but maybe. Okay, again, go in here. There, now I can fold it down. You can see how it comes right to that edge. They're all evened up over here on this side. It looks really nice. Isn't that fun? So now this will fit right into the little book, the little album, journal card album. And I will put the date on it in a minute, but I just wanted to show you this real quick. Okay, so that goes in there. I'm still going to put the little banner piece on it, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so that'll fit right in there like that, see? And then that thickness is perfectly fine. It doesn't, I'm going to get the cutter for this. I don't want it to be jagged. I want it to be straight. And my hand might still be a little bit shaky. I am feeling much better today, by the way, so for those of you that know. So I am so happy for that. Still have to be careful. I don't have enough energy yet to go doing anything outside of something like this, but I am feeling better. Thank goodness. It was terrible. Okay, so let's see here. I want to put, yeah, let's just do that. I don't want to have that other color. Let's take that color off so that can go bye-bye. Okay, so if I put this, yeah, see, that's too wide. I don't like it like that. So I'll just put it on here. Yeah, it'll still be that. I was thinking which I think I will do that. So what I'll do is I'll cut it for the length of the card. Okay, so now you're not going to see the stitching there at that part. You'll just see it here on the side. But obviously I won't glue this. I'm just going to glue it to the top of that one. Okay, so, and I think, all right, I like the little black part there. So let's flip it around here. I need just that little bit of that bottom part. So I'm trying to get it to be where I can see. What am I getting? Okay, I don't, oh, you gotta be careful. All right. Okay, I can save that for a border for something else. Just needed that part. Okay, see? See how pretty that's going to be? And then it can open, you see, because if I can't glue that down or use foam tape or anything, because then when I would go to open it, you see, it would be stuck. So it needs to be like this, so then it gets glued into place. All right, so we're going to use the good old tacky glue. I know, see, I could use that, actually, and then it would match the underneath part. Let's just do that. Sorry, flowers, I'm sorry. What do you think? I mean, I don't know. I think, see, after I turned it, I like it like that. Now, if it would have not had that extra little piece there, I would have gone with this side because I didn't know that I had an option, you see. But because I had an option and I like the option, did you see what I just did? Did you see what I did? Okay, yes, now I have to come over here and I have to take off a little bit of this glue. All is not lost, don't worry. Just wipe it off, that's all you gotta do, just wipe it off. And it will dry and it won't bother it at all. It's not really a whole lot that I need to wipe off, but still, it wasn't supposed to be there. Oh, goodness. But that's the beauty of the fact that you can wipe it off. All right, so now what I need to do is I really want to look at this. I want to make sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this here. All right, so I'm going to come here and I'm holding it right there so I can see it's lined up with that corner, and then I'm lining it up with that corner and I can wiggle it just a little bit. Oh, perfect, perfect. Can you see that? It's just absolutely perfectly lined up. Okay, don't sneeze or cough or anything. Okay, so now let me lay that back down. Okay, now that I tossed my napkin, but I'll get another napkin. I just like to have something besides my finger. I just feel like it does better when you can smooth it. You know, you have oils, or, you know, who knows, you might have glue, or if you're painting or whatever, you could, you know, you got stuff on your fingers, so that's why I don't like to do that. All right, I'm trying to see, it's hard to see. There, okay. Okay, good. All right. Again, all right, so hold it steady there. You know, see, as I'm putting that pressure, it's moving it, and I don't want it to do that, so I have to keep looking and making sure. Okay, no, it's perfect. See, now that, when you open the whole thing up, see, now it matches. Doesn't that look better? Yes, it does. Okay, and then these colors, pick up the colors here. It's just beautiful. It's all beautiful. I love it. Love it. Do you like it? Let me know in the comments below if you like it. Okay. All right, so I am not going to put him in the holder yet, but we are going to look at our little chart and see what it is we're going to do for next time. But let me write the date on here. Today is the 22nd. Okay. We shall put him over here. And, you know, I'm thinking, does it need, should I put some little something in the corners of each of the cards here, maybe? What do you think? Let's look at the sticker pack. Haha. Haha, we're not done. We're not done. That was just too easy. Okay, let's look in here because there was a little sheet that had like this here, but there was another one like had little round circles. That one, that's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so we're going to tear it out. And then you see what we're going to do. You see the hole punch? You see how that fits that? Okay, but this is too big. Let me get the smaller one. I have a smaller one. I got those little set from BB Craft. Okay, that one. I gotta trim this down so that I can actually see if I'm getting it right off. So this has to come off. And these are those little embroidery hoop style, you know. And actually I have some of those. So once I find where I put them, then we can use those one day in a craft. Okay, let me open that up so I can actually see. Oh, that looks like it's too small. So maybe this one is the one. Okay, yeah. We're just going to have a little bit of white around it, which is fine. Okay, so now see that little sprig there? Isn't that cute? Doesn't that look? Now see that does it. That does a good job. And if you notice, I didn't ink the edges of any of this. All right. Okay, let's see if I can ink it up. And if that will, you know, change the look of it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is up here. And our edge here. Okay, then we're going to come down here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up this. So we can actually reach over here. So in some instances, if you forget to ink, it may not be possible to completely get it the way you want, but so in this case, it's okay. And these edges here, let me see, over here. I'm just going to go across the bottom here. Okay, over here, and down here. Okay. A little bit on the tricky side, but we shall do our best. This color is so dark. You just see a little hint of it, you know. On the pink, you'll see a little bit better. I don't know, kind of like, I guess it just gives it that finishing touch. Okay. Now we're going to ink up the little circles before we glue them. Haha. Okay, so now we're going to come here. A little bit of ink all around those. Okay, now there we go. Okay, all right. I like that better now. Yep, there's just something about adding the ink. I don't know how it does it, but it just is the perfect finishing thing. Okay. Come here. Whoops, I'm going to mash. Hold it. There we go. Yep, it's wiggling on me. Okay, now let's see here. What does that one say? That one says something about beauty. All right, let's come here. I just like the ones that have the same, you know, flower spray thing on it. So that's what I'm going for. Just to make it cohesive with the front and back cover, and it gives that, you know, it gives it that extra little finishing touch, you know. It has to have that. Perfect. Yeah, I like it down there at the bottom of the corner like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, keep the little hoop straight there at the top, so you got that to use as a guide. Okay, so now we have that one. We have this one. Even though the word doesn't seem like it's straight with the hoop. But that wasn't me. They did it. I didn't print it. Okay, so now let's see. We need another one. Hum, 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 hum. I guess that one would be good enough. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the circle. It's going to cut off the circle on that one, and it will cut off the circle on that one. Okay, so, all right, let me cut this row. All right, so trim that row, and then I like that one there. I think that will be pretty. That one will work. Okay, so there you have it. Now you saw that they have that cute little embellishment in the pack, and now you can use it. So Saturday in 2 days, we are having our craft time, Zoom craft time with sisters. So if you're on my Instagram, you can see how you can be invited. So it is by invitation only and qualifications. So take a look over there and you will be able to see if you are able to join. Okay. Okay. Yeah, bring it in just a teeny weeny bit. Save these pieces. Okay, so put the scissors out of the way. Smash it down a little bit there. Don't want it to try to come off. Go and smooth it and press it because the glue gets air bubbles. The paper will start to curl. It wants to wrinkle, you know, all those kind of things. So you have to just wait first, let it start to grab, but it's not completely dry, and then you can come back in and add the pressure. Kind of holding this one because I know I didn't let it completely dry. Now I'm happy. Okay, that was all it needed. Okay, good job, good job. There's a little bit of glue got up out there. I don't know how that happened. Okay, perfect. Now it can go in the little holder. I love it. I'm happy with that. Beautiful journal card. Now see, that is perfect for, like, you know, and I'm finding what I wanted to show you this today. And, you know, you make these journals, we make these journals, and then it's like, okay, what are you going to do with them? And, you know, I'm not into cutting out all the pictures and taking pictures and printing them out and doing all that anymore, you know? So even though I do have the 4x6 photo paper, I could do that. It's just I don't do it. So I need to get back in the habit of doing that. So I will print out some, like if I can ever get a really good picture of my squirrels or the birds. But I can do it of all my flowers. I've got my beautiful orchids, and when my gardenia bush is about to bloom, it's full of buds. Or my begonia that my friend gave me, you know, I could take a picture of that and put it on one of my journal pages and say this was a gift from my friend when I was recovering from my surgery, you know, all that kind of thing. So that I could, I just need to make it a part of my journaling process. But this, oh, okay, so this is just, okay, so you can tell what colors I'm partial to, can't you? Okay, that one, okay, that was that one. But you see, all these, I'm more of the earth tone colors, like this one, the first one. This was just because that was what it was, even though there is one that has more earthy colors, but I don't know why I picked that one. And then this here. So I just love it. All right, so let's talk about, first of all, what we're going to do for next video. May not be tomorrow, but I'm still not 100% back in the swing of my routine with the video making. But today, you know, I was like, hey, I think I could get in there and do that. But of course now my mouth hurts because I was talking so much. Let's see, I'm going to have to go get the warm washcloth and put it on the boo-boo. Let's see. All right, so we did the waterfall, so let me mark that off the list. I love that. I think it turned out just beautiful. I couldn't be happier. Now, oh, that might be an interesting. But I don't have any. Okay. I did say that I was going to do one of those, but, well, we kind of did the collage snippet roll. That was what this one was here. This is a collage with the snippet roll. So that one really did, you know. The belly band one, I don't know. I'm trying to still figure out how could I do that. What would I put underneath of it, you know? I might have to put some kind of a, if I did the belly band, so your belly band would go across here. Because you want to, you know, I want to be able to have that utilization. So this would be decorated. The belly band would go across, but then whatever you put in it, now if you put it in a pocket, you see what I'm saying? All right, so I'll have to think about that one. I have to think about that. Okay, so another project is using watercolor paper, which I was going to order some. Michael's just had them on sale for a really good price. I did have a bunch of watercolor paper, but they were tags, and I embossed them. I don't think that's going to be it. Okay, so my last two options are that's similar to the waterfall. Let me think about this. Oh, okay, I know how okay. All right, we'll do the accordion. Okay, so it will be the accordion. It's an accordion hinge fold. So it's very similar to what we did today, but with a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to try to see if I can do that, and we'll just see how it turns out. But it's going to be fun. It'll be fun. So it's just using what we already know how to do, but we're using it in different ways is what I'm doing. Okay, so accordion fold hinge on an altered recipe card. That's what the next project will be. All right, so let me get the card ready. Which I just need to keep these in front of the book. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so they're all the remainders are right there. Okay, so this goes back over my little pouch. But I wanted to show you what I've been doing with my journal. And this journal I made, I don't know, was it last year or the year before? No, I think it was 2 years ago. The pandemic year is is terrible, isn't it? Okay, so it's like we think things were done, you know, last year, and then we realize, no, it was that horrible pandemic. What did we do? You know, we were locked in our homes. Okay, on our property, actually. So this was one. Okay, this has 3 signatures, and I did sew them by hand, not on the machine. My husband had to help me. You know, I punched the holes. You know, you can see this little thread here. And then here's one signature. So in between the signatures, there was this gap. So I put a snippet roll in between each of the signatures. Where's the other one? Okay, so here's the other. So here's one signature. Here's one signature. Here's one signature. Here's one signature. Okay, and then I loved this because I used some vintage wrapping paper that I had. They still sell it, but this was vintage. I mean, this was like, whew, probably 25 years ago. I just loved the way I did this. So this style now is actually my favorite style because it gives you the most writing space, the most writing pages. I personally want a junk journal that is going to allow me to have it as a gratitude journal, or in this case, it was my self-love journey, mental health, thing, which we all need a boost. I mean, come on, after 2020, who doesn't? So I needed to get all those cobwebs out of there, and this was perfect. So actually what this wound up being and what I wound up doing, so let me bring you back here. Okay, so now here's a page. This was the papers that was all that I used in the front. So I used the pattern paper, I used this book pages, I used the decorative wrapping paper. Here's the belly band that I made with the envelope. And so, but, to write on this, here's the wrapping paper. I made a pocket out of the wrapping paper here, which that was smart. I'm glad I did that. And then this was the cover. This had a pocket here. Here's a little journal here. So what was perfect, okay, the belly bands, okay, that is definitely a keeper, an addition that you want to put in your journal. These little small pages are fine as well. I don't know yet what I'm going to, use that for or write on it, but I know it once I need it, it will be like, oh, that's the perfect thing for that. Okay, so the small pages, as you can see, were in between each of the regular size pages. And then I would have the belly band, which in this case I put one of my envelopes in there. And then this was when we went to a garden one year in Palatka State Park, and which I love to go to the state parks. So that just, I said, let me put it in there. But then as I was doing this whole boot camp thing, okay, then we have, I signed up for 4 one-on-one sessions with the course instructor, Michaela, and you can find her on my Instagram, and I tag her in each of my videos with this daily journaling challenge thing. And so you'll find her page. I do have an affiliate link, but it's not prominent on my page. So anyway, so for the training, the one-on-one training that I did yesterday, okay, I had to write down and answer some more things. And this was all for goal setting and to reaching my goals. So I said, you know what, everything is all going to go in this one journal. I want to be able to come back, read my daily affirmations, read what I wrote for each of the daily activities, and then the whole one-on-one goal training and what my answers are and what I wrote down. So that goes in here. Well, here was a pocket, and then this page was some more of the affirmations to help you get through your goal setting. So I said, look at that. That's what and the pocket just happened to, this is where I started because I waited till it's a 30-day challenge. So I went to the end of the 30 days, which was here. And then so I started, right at the next page available. And I have my little goals written down there. And so now the rest of this, what I need to do, so this is okay here. This little bit here is not going to be a problem. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking, and I'm going to show you what I was doing because you may have missed that video. And I don't even know if I showed you this actually. So I'm going to show you today of what I do. So when you make your journal, you make your signatures, choose all the beautiful papers and pages that that you want, but it's okay because you're going to cover them up. But you see, you can still see the pattern coming through. Now you may not be able to see it as clearly as I can here, but like I can, it's muted. Obviously, it's not because this isn't tracing paper, but it's kids art paper is what I'm using. You could use just plain printer paper if you don't want to buy the kids art paper, but I like the texture of it. It's a little bit heavier paper. So we're going to cover up these pages. And we're just going to use a glue stick. So I'm just going to show you how to do it and give it that torn edge look. I need to get some more paper because that's the last of that I have. But whenever I do my journals from now on, this is how I'm going to do them and use them. But I won't add this part of it until I know, you know, I'm ready to use it. Because in the meantime, I might decide to do something else with it, or I might decide to gift it. Now my evergreen journal, that's my personal journal, but I did make the red one. I have that yellow sunshine one. That's probably going to go with the sunshine kit once it sells from my Etsy shop. But this is how simple and easy it is to do. Okay, so these pages are bigger than 8.5 by 11. Just tell you that right off the bat. And so this looks like what, 11.5. Okay, it looks like it's 11.5. And I'll measure it just so that you know. Okay. Okay, 12. Oh. No, actually it's 12 by 9. Okay. Okay, so 12 by 9, 9 by 12. So you take it like this, and then you see you're going to have all this extra, or you turn it like this actually. And then you see you have all this extra. So what I do is I have the one straight edge coming here, and I just fold this over just so that I can see that little bit of an edge of the paper, or the page where it's going to go. And you fold it over again the opposite way and just crease that with your fingernail. Really good. Okay? So I do that a couple of times, front and back. Now just tear that. And if it doesn't tear perfectly, it's okay. That torn edge look is what we want to go for anyway, because we love that in our books. And then you can see at the very tippy top, because it's 9 and it's 8.5, so I fold that down a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't, you know, if it's a little bit sticking over, that's okay. I have some that are sticking over, which I'm going to come back and trim all those off. But generally, I don't mess with taking this off. I just glue it in. I say, going in. Okay, so then that one's that. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, so I want the page that I've already torn. So I want it on that side. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just fold this down. Okay, same exact thing. So now that's how you can take your journal that you've made with all those pretty papers. It could be magazine pages, book pages, scrapbook paper, wrapping paper, whatever it was. And now you just take some white paper, cover it up, use your double-sided tape, or your, don't waste double-sided tape on it. Use a glue stick. Tacky glue wouldn't be good, but a glue stick is perfect. I've got glue sticks all over the house now because I was doing this out in the living room. And I think my other two are out. Oh no, there it is. It's hiding on me. Okay, so good old Scotch brand that I bought 24 sticks from Amazon, which is wonderful. And I mean, I don't even know how many I've used, but I still have a bunch of it left. So I'm not going to glue all these with you. I just wanted to show you how to use your journal, and you can make it as beautiful as you want, but when you get ready to use it and you want to write in it, this is what you do. So I am not going to make pockets on all of my pages, because then, you know, how much stuff are you going to put in the pocket, first of all? You know, what would you put in the pocket? That's what you need to ask yourself. What would I put in the pockets? Why do I need to keep that stuff? And, you know, okay, that's another thing. So part of this whole mental health boot camp thing is to get rid of stuff, clutter. And I did a whole organizing declutter challenge on my blog years ago. So any of you who are my friends that have been around, or if you were on my email list back then, which I chucked my email list when the pandemic happened, I regret it. So all those people, I don't even know, they're probably like, I wonder why Marsha's not sent me any newsletters. Well, guess why? So you would have to sign up on my new one, which is on my Facebook and it's on my blog, but you know, anyway. It was crazy, but anyway. It's all right. You know where to find me. You can find me on my Etsy shop. You can find me on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, my blog, my Etsy shop, here on YouTube. I mean, Markets of Sunshine, just type in Markets of Sunshine, that's my business, and you will find me. Okay. What is that? I don't even know, what is that? Something sticking up here that it shouldn't be. What is it? Oh, okay, that was the parking thing. Okay, so that's how quick and easy it is. Now, if you're really bothered, which, okay, this piece here, I can come in here, I'm going to glue him. And it's okay if you have a little bit of the page showing like that, is perfectly fine. Don't worry. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil, because I don't want it like this. I want that showing. I like that, actually. So I'm going to put a little mark here, a little mark here, a little mark here, and a little mark here. And then I know where I need to put the glue. Okay, what was I saying before I got... Oh, where you can find me. That's it, yeah. I need to go take my medicine. My mouth is making little twingy pains, so I'm like, all right, I'm almost done. Okay, let's start at the bottom. Can I even glue a piece of paper straight? No. All right, so there's a little bit of glue right there, but it'll dry. Okay, so now that's all done. See how easy that was? Look at that. I mean, it's just like, so now it's all you need to do. And if I wanted to do the same thing here, if I decide, you know what, I want to write something there, I can just tear a piece of paper, slap it on there. Oh, that's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. I was going to ink, because I haven't been doing that. I want to get it on the glue. Just to take away some of that white starkness, you know. I've just been, you know, having a ball writing in this journal, and I did not ink any of those other pages. It didn't even come to my mind, because I was just too engrossed in what I was doing with the journal. So that was what was important. This inking was not important. So, I mean, there you go. You know, see, it's just a little bit of a, adds that little bit of extra interest. There has a little flock of birds that have come to the feeder. They're outside right now. I don't even know what they are. They're little brown. Their chest is white with little brown, like little dash lines looking thing. And then the back of their body. But I mean to tell you, they just tweet, 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 tweet. They never shut up. It's like, I said, what is wrong with those birds? I thought they had like the babies, and they were feeding the babies. You know how the babies will tweet, tweet, tweet. They all tweet, so I don't know. That's just their nature. They're communicating with each other. And there's like 4 or 5 of them. They're talkative little things. Okay, so this is, there's not much ink left on here, but I'm smushing it out of there. So there you go. All right, so I just wanted to show you that so that you can, I mean, you could get your stamps out. You could stamp in a corner. You could do the same thing like I did with the little journal page, and you could put a, you know, glue some little embellishment on it if you wanted to do that. But, you know, so, but as I've been writing each day, some days there's a lot more that I need to write out, and other days it's like there's not much that I needed to do other than the affirmation. Like today's and yesterday's, it just didn't, you know, I just didn't need that. I've already got that squared away, so some of this stuff has been really easy for me. And but anyway, so just wanted to share all that with you. And something else for those of you who are spiritual minded and like to read the Bible, what I done with my daily affirmation list is I find a scripture that corresponds to that affirmation. And it's been really fun and amazing that there are scriptures for just everything. Now, the only thing that has stumped me, because I'm thinking about how to go about it, was yesterday's, is I cleanse my liver naturally. So I wasn't sure, okay, should I go with the cleansing part of it? You know, the liver, when you look up at the liver, anything to do with the liver is not anything that would correspond to the meaning of what this is. And then naturally, you know, but cleansing, so it's more really on the lines of cleansing is where I was headed with it to find a scripture. And then today's was all about being hydrated and getting enough water. So I thought, well, maybe there's probably something about water, hydration. I can't really think of anything in the Bible about hydration. But water, of course, yes, water. And then, of course, the need for water. And I don't know, you know, how like a cheerful heart is good medicine. A calm heart is the life, you know, of our bodies. So scriptures like that readily come to mind, but something to do with actually water and sustaining us, that's what I'm going to try to find. But anyway, I've really enjoyed doing that. So I go through and I do that, and then I write the scripture that goes with that part. So like, I love and accept myself for who I am. Oh, that was so easy to find. So anyway, but just try to add that into your affirmations and your scriptures and things like that, and turn a scripture into an affirmation. Do you ever think about that? So anyway, so that's just takes care of today, and thank you for being here with me. And if you like the content, I hope you'll subscribe and like, comment, and share, because it helps me to be found in search, and keep creating in the sunshine. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.